In a quiet town where the days moved slow and the nights were full of stars, lived 17-year-old Elena Grace. She wasn't unpopular, just unnoticed. Her world was woven from the pages of books, the melodies of music, and the vast, silent skies. She trusted constellations more than people, believing they held secrets no one on Earth could tell. Then he arrived, Mason Rivers. He showed up mid-junior year, a whirlwind of messy hair, worn-out sneakers, and a smile that seemed lost and forgotten. He carried his past like a heavy, broken backpack. Rumors swirled around him, expelled, trouble at home, a heartbroken far too young. But Elena didn't listen to rumors. She looked at his eyes, and what she saw wasn't trouble. She saw entire galaxies. They found each other in the one place no one else looked. Astronomy Club. It was a tiny club, just 5 kids, and only Elena really knew her way around the night sky. Mason was full of questions, some silly, some profound, but she never laughed. Instead, she found herself waiting for them, her heart beating a little faster each time he turned to her. One clear night, they lay on the cool grass of an old football field, watching meteors streak across the velvet darkness. Mason turned his head, his profile silhouetted against the starlight. "Do you think stars fall in love before they burn out?" he asked, his voice barely a whisper. Elena smiled, a genuine, radiant smile. "I think that's the only reason they shine so bright." From that moment on, their universe shifted. They started walking home together, sharing a single pair of headphones and even deeper secrets. He told her about his mum leaving, about building model rockets with his little brother who had fallen silent in her absence. She, in turn, shared the heavy quiet that filled her own house since her dad's car accident, a home of echoes and closed doors. Their pain wasn't identical, but it recognized itself in the other. It found a kindred spirit. One rainy afternoon, Mason pulled her into the silent, dusty sanctuary of the empty library. He opened a worn notebook she'd never seen before, its pages filled with his handwriting. It was full of poems. Every single one was about stars, and about her. His voice trembled as he read the last one aloud. "I didn't know love until I found someone who made silence feel safe." Words failed her, so she kissed him. A kiss that tasted of old paper, rain, and a love that felt as infinite as the cosmos. Their love story wasn't a fairy tale. It was real. They fought, they misunderstood each other, fear crept in. Mason vanished for a week once, terrified of getting too close to her light. Elena crumbled when her dad forgot her birthday, hiding her hurt from Mason for a month. But like a ship guided by the North Star, they always found their way back. They were 2 broken compasses that, when put together, always pointed home. They were young, and they knew better than to promise forever. But they did make one promise, a pact with the stars themselves. They would meet at the top of Blue Ridge Hill every year on the first night of summer, no matter where life took them. A single night to find their anchor again. The first year they were both there, hands intertwined, their silhouettes framed by a sky freckled with stars. The second year, Mason stood on that hill alone. Elena was in New York for college. She sent him a letter, a pressed daisy tucked inside. "I still look for your constellation," it read. The third year she came, but he wasn't there. A family crisis had kept him away. But his voice reached her through a voicemail. Just the sound of him saying her name, turning it into a poem. Years tumbled by, life happened. They came when they could. Sometimes they found each other on that hill. Sometimes they found only the memory of the other. But in their hearts they never missed a year. Then came the seventh year. Mason was waiting for her under the same canopy of stars where their story first began. In his hands, he held that same worn notebook, now filled with new poems and a love that had weathered time and distance. He got down on one knee, and the stars seemed to shine just for them. They got married in that same football field where they had watched their first meteor shower, surrounded by friends and family who had watched their celestial love story unfold. And now, whenever anyone asks how their love survived everything, time, distance, the simple, complicated act of growing up, Elena just smiles. "Some stars don't burn out," she says. "They find each other and they shine brighter, and somewhere in the deep, endless American sky, two stars continue to whisper each other's names, forever." Thank you so much for watching and sharing this story with us. If it touched your heart, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more stories that find the magic in the everyday. We'll see you next time.